Butter's Bizarre Buffet Podcast, Episode 2, Going Back for Seconds. Now, you want to let us know where you left off yesterday, Butters, and then you can just run with it from there?
All right. Well, yesterday I left off to where I was going to tell you the actual first experience with actually a really bizarre food. It was one of my first jobs in a real restaurant. It was west of Boston in Johnson City, New York, in USA. Caveman, you know about
There
it.
we go. There we go, shouting out my government name yet again, every episode.
Yes. Anyway, so I was a dishwasher. Haven't even gone to college yet. And they had the old school sizzle plates, the metal ones that look like almost saucer shaped, but they're elongated, like oval, and they're all like metal. And that's what they put your scallops and things that you would put in underneath the broiler in the restaurant on. And so there was one day I was there. I don't know how long I was there for. I mean, like I said, this was my first job. And he comes out with this red snake thing on a sizzle plate. And he brings it over to me, and he's like, Chris, at this time, I didn't have my nickname or anything like that. He's like, you're into food, you want to become a chef, you want to start cooking and stuff. He goes, you need to start trying foods and this and that. Well, I don't know if I think at this point, I think he was being an ass, to be honest with you. Because I don't know anybody who would eat this unless it was, we'll say, like caviar type deal. But apparently, according to him, it's a delicacy, which I don't see it. So here it goes. I go to take a bite because he won't tell me what it is. I was like, fuck it, whatever. So I took a bite, and it was gritty. It was nasty. It was almost like, I don't even know. It was slimy, and it was fucking lobster roe. I guess they split open a lobster, and there was a lobster sack of eggs inside of it. He put it on a sizzle platter, and he put it in the broiler, and he took a bite out of it, and he told me to too, because he was showing me, I guess, and because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't stupid, but I wasn't, so he took a bite too. He's like, but no, I don't. That was my first experience, and you would have thought that would turn me off, because it really was. It was. I mean, I've eaten a lot of disgusting foods, but that one was the one that was up there with like dirt.
Now, why the hell would somebody eat? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Lobster. And technically, if they catch lobsters that have stuff like that, they're not supposed to keep them. It's illegal.
Right, they throw them back to keep. Yeah. So they populate. But okay, so essentially lobster caviar.
Yeah, that's why I threw in the caviar there to give everybody a little sense.
So let me just say, all these quote unquote, I guess, rich people. I mean, who else is eating caviar? First of all, like most people that have a lot of money, there's a lack of brains. Now, how that correlation works, I have no idea. I don't know how the rich are typically stupid and the poor have more sense. I get it. I can kind of, but that's not what this is about. Why? Like, why are you? Why? You know what I mean? Know. If you want an egg, go buy some chicken eggs, make an omelet. What are you doing? Eating? Everybody wants to eat like Fear Factor Anyways, your show. I get it. I personally, no, I wouldn't eat it. Yeah. Hold on. Wait a minute. We have something here. ASMR.
Oh, shit.
There we go. That one's for the listeners. A little ASMR.
All right. Carry on. So in the last one, we talked about the different types of, we'll say, insects that I've tried, and then so I left it as a cliffhanger. So I don't know what more. I mean, some of the stuff I've eaten. What do you think would interest them? Tell me what you think. Like,
okay, by them, well, I will. You gotta give me a segue into this. As far as them, I'm just thinking generally here, and what's going to interest them that you've eaten. In my opinion, it would be absolutely nothing. It all sounds disgusting. Yeah. But hey, like I said, it's your thing. You went into your lemon bugs, and there's all sorts of nasty things.
It's not too far-fetched. So here's one that'll get you talking, because I know you've seen it, and we've actually talked about this one. Squid ink. I've worked with squid ink, black squid ink. I've made squid ink pizza. I made black pizza dough with the squid ink. I've never made pasta. I've never eaten squid ink black pasta. When the pizza dough, I can tell you it definitely has, I don't even know if I want to call it a tang. Like it's like I don't know. It definitely has a weird taste to it, but it's not too, as long as you don't use too much, you use it just right. It has, I don't know. It has like a tingling, numbing, not even numbing sensation type deal. Like, there's something there that probably shouldn't, but it kind of works.
Yeah, it sounds gross. It's got a little tinge or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know if maybe you accidentally ingested real ink, which it is real ink. It's ink. Yeah. Okay. I don't get it. I don't see why I get that we can eat anything we want to, but why?
It's just like you said, rich people do too. I mean, it goes back to them. Do you know? You know? I mean, check it out. Chicken wings. All right, here's a little history lesson for everybody out there who doesn't know about chicken wings, which I'm sure everybody does to a certain extent. Chicken wings used to be fed to the peasants. They were scrap. They were ass. They weren't. And now to those of you who don't really know that, now we're paying almost $12 for not even a dozen of them anymore. And you're lucky if you get blue cheese and celery. And at first, when they first did chicken wings, it was served with carrots and blue cheese. And the blue cheese you used to dip the carrots in, not the chicken wings.
Supply and demand.
Yeah. So, I mean, just think about it. I mean, but it also goes back to the point where if you kill an animal, you use every part. You respect what that animal gave up for you.
Well, on behalf of the animal, I will save some parts for somebody else.
Yeah. I just say that's what it is. But yes, some things that aren't popular. I mean, get intrigued now. It takes a while. I got it.
I mean, everything we've covered from the last episode so far to this one, other than jackfruit is good. Durian fruit I have not tried, but I would. And everything else so far does not sound. I mean, chicken wings, obviously.
Well,
but,
yeah.
That was more of a lesson than anything. There's nothing bizarre about that. They're delicious.
I was just stating because a lot of people don't realize what chicken wings actually were. I mean, they were peasant food. They were scrap.
Same with a lot of things. I believe lobster, shrimp.
Yeah, for what I think, yeah.
I mean, you're talking about aquatic roaches, pretty much, and people think it's a delicacy. But hey, more for them. You don't need me.
Yeah. I mean, going on from there, I've eaten eel, which isn't really that bizarre. One thing I would like to try, which is one of the top 10 deadly meals, is puffer fish.
Yeah, I mean, I know about it personally. I'm not sure as far as anybody that may listen to this, but I don't have any desire to risk dying over I think he's a relatively cute fish too, though. I like the whole I get fat when I'm upset thing. It kind of hits home with me.
It's actually really funny. I did some research about. I think it's
holy shit
about it, and there is one place I think it's in Japan. It's a little town. They've literally had no death from people eating that fish in that particular town or area. It's fucking weird, but everywhere else it's like 1 out of every 100 or 150 people that try it end up dying or some shit like that. Maybe it's more people. I'm not positive the exact ratio, so don't fucking quote me on that. But there is a China or Japan where they literally have had no deaths from people eating that fish. Now, whether they're just not saying there was no deaths, that of course, nobody actually died in Disneyland either, and I use that loosely. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I get what you're saying. I'm not going to point it out to the listeners, but they probably do as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it is interesting, and that's one thing on my bucket list of foods that I really wouldn't mind to try. I've eaten bat. Bat wing is like a potato chip. The meat is, it's tender, but there's really not much to it at all. I mean, it is all right. I've eaten, kangaroo jerky, actually. So I've eaten kangaroo. Kangaroo is actually really good. I'm trying to think. I know I've eaten a lot. I think Caveman. Yeah, I think you were. Yeah, I think you were on when I did this one. Do you remember the squid jerky and the pickled chicken's foot that I ate? That I tried?
God.
I think you were on there with me for that.
I think I would have remembered, but I don't know. You eat so much nasty shit. Squid jerky and pickled chicken foot?
Yeah, dude, I took one bite. I'll see if I can find the video and send it to you if you didn't, but I'm sure you. But it was the most disgusting thing that I mean, put it this way. I would eat sardines before I would eat a pickled chicken foot again. And I despise sardines. There's only one way that somebody made sardines that I ate, and it was actually really good. And it was I worked at a pizzeria. They were all Sicilian, not Italian, Sicilian. And they knew how to make, and he made this great bread with ricotta cheese, awesome olive oil, and then he put sardines in it. And I looked at him. He's like, no. Then he took the bread, cut it, toasted it, spread it with the ricotta. Oh my God, I couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't believe it had fucking sardines in it. Honestly, like it was so fucking good.
So what's your take on anchovies?
Well, put it this way: I'd eat anchovies straight from the can before I eat another pickled chicken's foot. And trust me, that's not saying much because I won't eat sardines anymore either. Which brings me to actually a funny story back in school. I think you had the same teacher I did. It was the old guy. I had study hall with him, and then I had lunch, and then I had English with the same teacher. But after lunch, you'd go into his room, and it always smelled of honey mustard sardines. And you would look into his garbage, and there was just 2 things of sardine cans emptied. And I swear to God, it was so gross.
Sounds like he was getting his omega-3 fatty acids every day.
Yeah, that was great. Let me tell you. But yeah, so I mean, those are some of the little bit of a weirder shit that I've eaten. Let me think here, because I know I've tried so much fucked up shit.
And we don't want to cover all of it in one episode because, and within the course of 4 episodes, at the rate you're going, just naming things without really diving into them, you're probably going to run out of food here in 30 minutes or so.
Well, that's true. But there was all right. To recap on the other things that I ate, like the squid ink pizza. Okay, let me recap on that. One of my friends, who's also a chef, he actually bought a couple of bags, and he was like, yeah, you know. So he made the dough, and then so he ended up giving me some of the ink in the bag, and he ended up giving me some of the dough. So I decided to fool around with the ink with some other stuff. I mean, it worked out, but it wasn't, you know, the most interesting one literally was the pizza, and that's the only reason why I brought that up. So when I made it, it was just a traditional pizza, just plain, because I didn't want to make it too, you know, it was already bizarre enough with the squid ink. Well, when I brought it to work, this was at the time where I was in between. It was the only time that I ever had a job out of culinary. And I brought it. It was at Christmas tree shop. And everybody looked at me, and this is how I sold it. I go, listen, you go anywhere else, you're going to have to pay for it, and of course you're not going to pay for it. But when is the next time you're ever going to be able to eat something interesting or as bizarre as this? And then be able to, you know, talk about it, because it's definitely a conversation starter, like, especially when it goes to food. So, you know, that's how I tried to, like, it's a free pie. I've never tried it. I just made it. It's fresh. Yeah, it's different, but when are you ever going to be able to try this again? Especially, you know, so that's how I try to sell at least some of the less bizarre, interesting stuff.
Right.
So
I got you.
But so let me think here. Let me think how I can top this off, because I'm not really sure.
And now you're talking like the cherry on the sundae, the end of the dessert here.
Yeah. Because there's so much shit that I could talk about, but I don't, like you said, and I want another.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you have a whole list of stuff here you've talked about. Maybe spend the next few episodes just going back over and touching on a few of each, and do some research ahead of it, and you know, maybe tell people what they can make with some of this foul, nasty bat, kangaroo, and squid jerky, pickled chicken feet. Sounds like some voodoo shit.
Well, it was definitely interesting. Like all these foods, like I said, I mean, I've experienced a lot of weird food being in the culinary business. I know you've been in the culinary business for a while too, Ken, but I mean, not like what, you know, when it comes to.
Right.
All right, come on. Sorry, my daughter was whispering in my ear.
So, just like you've been whispering in my ear for the past 30 minutes.
Yep. So we'll just end this on a note that there's definitely a lot of foods out there, and I will think of more that I've tried, because I know there's a lot more. Caveman knows that I've tried a lot.
Right. And like I said, we don't just have to, you know, make the grocery list. Right. You can actually talk about them when, you know, you dive into them more. But, well, I guess we'll get to that down the podcast. Like I said, I'm just along for the ride on this train. I'm the guy that makes noises.
A little bit better. I wish I was more in depth on all of it. But like I said, I mean, when I tried some of these things, honestly, they were all the same concept. It was just, they were like placed in front of me. Just try this. Just do this. So, all right, on that note, I definitely, okay, I have a couple more bizarre foods that I have tried that I will keep for next time. And So the next episode of the buffet, you can come back for thirds. Not only will we recap what I've talked about, and maybe I'll go into more depth on how I got to eat some of these, but like I said, majority of them are just, it's the same story or the same concept, just different places. It legitly just, oh, you're a foodie here, and people know you're a foodie, you know, they want you to try. Sometimes it's weird shit. So, and that's what happens. So, but there's about 3 more. So if you guys are still hungry for more bizarre buffets and interesting things, then come back for for part 3, and we'll recap everything, and I'll talk about the last 3, and maybe I'll even remember a couple more.
Yeah. I've got nothing to add. I'm not hungry.
All right.
On that note, I mean, I'll throw out a cheerio.
Yeah. So we will see you guys in the next podcast, and I will see you guys in part 3 for more food and fun.
All right, sounds good. We're out.
All right. Peace.